and talking about some of the things that have recently come out. Obviously, there's a lot of kind of odd things happening, of course, with Russia and China, and then there's also odd things happening with new rules. Now, if you did happen to see the special we did on 2030 and the agenda that goes with that, you would have seen that we went over a lot of the specific rules and the specific changes that they say that they need to make it a better planet. President JB just came out and basically said that by 2030, the kind of whole picture is that red meat would be limited, and that every person would somehow be limited or asked to eat 1/8 of an ounce a day or something like that, and it would be equivalent to about 1 hamburger per month by 2030. And you would have to have electric cars. And when I was talking about, cities like mine in Seattle say that you would have to get rid of cars by 2025 and all of this, people kind of laugh at that and think, oh, that's only 4 years away. That much can't change. I guarantee you there are big events that will happen and change things much quicker than you think. And everybody that is in military right now knows that there's going to be drastic changes. They're even being told to basically, understand that the world is volatile and it's going to change extremely quickly. They basically have to get everybody on the same page somehow on all of these changes. And do you think people want to get rid of their gas cars? Do you think people want to get rid of red meat? Do you think farmers are going to accept all these new changes? Of course, farming is going to have a big change. Just notice who is buying all of the farmland. Notice who is getting involved with fake meat. Notice who is getting involved with changing the patterns of the earth and everything else. Notice who is getting involved with what we are doing and what we are putting in ourselves and things like that. And you'll kind of see what is happening here. Now, I'm going to attach some of the articles that we think that you should see, and then also we've been talking to several people right now. We're trying to get some more information on what is actually happening in Russia. Now, they said that out of nowhere they flipped their script from one day to the next, saying that they were going to pull back, but they were going to leave all their nuclear capable vehicles, and they were going to continue to keep the waterway closed. That was essentially it's a Ukraine/Russia waterway, and it's an important waterway. So they said that they were going to leave that closed until fall. So what is really going on? And then, of course, it just so happens that Navalny ends his hunger strike. And if you don't know who he is, he's basically Putin's biggest critic. He is behind a lot of the anti-Russia, anti-Putin protests. And of course, if you're anti-Putin in Russia, then you pretty much sit in jail, right? Some of his other critics have been, randomly poisoned and all sorts of other things. So lots of really, really weird stuff is going on. And I believe that this is just the calm before yet another kind of shocking moment to the world. But tell me what you guys think. I would really appreciate everybody's feedback on this. It's also our job to kind of bring things back as well. I think that tensions got really high, and just as I said, as our source said, that they were trying everything and anything to get them to basically pull back and to stop doing what they were doing. And then all of a sudden, the day after we said that, maybe something worked, or maybe something didn't. Maybe they're leaving their vehicles there because they're saying, okay, we'll pull back, but we're going to leave our stuff there. And if you don't comply, then we're basically going to put our people there, and everything's going to be set up, including they're not taking down the forward operating base. They're not taking down the medical establishments that they built. They're not taking down the placed artillery. They're not taking away the drones. They're not taking away the most of the jets. So by satellite photos, you're going to be able to see that they still have all of their stuff there. They won't have the humans by May 1st. So what is really happening here? Was it all just a plan to kind of, puff their chest up to get their way? It very well could be, but at the same time, look at what is happening right now. Now they're making sweeping changes to the way we live. I don't think people realize that in just a short amount of years, our life is going to be completely different. Everything that you know is going to change. And it will happen in tiny baby steps, but it will happen so fast. There will be a baby step a day, I guarantee it, until 2030. It's going to be one little thing, and we've already seen it. It's almost every week they change something, and they do it in a small way to where we all get used to it, and we all see it happen, but it's a little part of a bigger change. And then the next change happens, and the next change happens. And some say that maybe it's a good thing that this is happening, right? Maybe this is because they know something that we don't. What do you think? I would love for you to argue with me down in the comments. I genuinely mean that. Because I really wonder, what do you guys know? Is there anybody that knows why, why they have such drastic measures? They say that our climate is going to change and all of this. Is that why? If you follow us on Twitter, you know that my wife, her grandma, is having organ failure right now, and they won't let even her grandpa, her husband, visit because of everything that's going on. So we may be going up to visit the grandpa, and he's never met two of our children, our 1.5-year-old and our 7-month-old boy. So we might be going up there. So we might not be doing a show. It's really sad though, because the grandma never met two of our kids, and there's no visitors. And what's even more sad is if something really bad does happen, her husband can't even visit her. I thought that was like early on in the event, I thought that was what was happening in the beginning with nursing homes and things like that. I didn't know that was still kind of going on. So I guess maybe it depends on the wing that they're in. But I love you guys, and I genuinely think that, just because everything reverts back, that we need to stop paying attention. I think it's the opposite. Why is all this stuff... Why did it flip in one day? That's even more concerning to me. So, you guys have a great night. Be safe, be prepared. And Marf out. Make sure to share this with as many people as possible. If you want to support us, you can go to marfooglenews.com. I would highly recommend, there's like 6 or 7 days left on the EMP shield if you want to protect yourself against electromagnetics. Again, that's the same company that's working with the government and with Texas Grid. So, all right, guys, thank you. Much love. Again, out.